just introduce a few of us in the room. So my name's Kayla. I'm the co-founder of One Fine Secret together with John. So over there in the blue shirt.
Hi everyone.
So you can see us in the videos actually putting the store together. So it took us around 5 months, and we were here like installing the shelves, cutting and sawing all the wood pieces to make the tables and the partitions, and changing all the fit out and the lights. So it was a massive new experience for us, and we're glad it got here. John's also turned into a resident gardener, so all the plants are live, except for the logo up there. And we've also got Jossy here from Kindred Meditation Studio, who we're honoured to have here today to lead the event. So I thought I'd just give a little introduction about One Fine Secret. So we actually set up this space with the intention to create waves of wellness by inspiring our community to really embrace conscious beauty and intentional living. So for us, clean beauty, what it means to us is mindfully created healthy beauty brands that are free from known or suspected harmful ingredients. And the great thing is, with mindfulness, it goes so much more than just the function of the brands themselves. So today we're talking about mindfulness, which is one of our values that you can see up here. So throughout the store we've got our 5 values written up, and throughout next year as well we'll be doing sessions together with Jossy focusing on the different values. So today we're starting off with one of our key ones, about living consciously. So for us, mindfulness is all about being present, overflowing with gratitude, and really being conscious about the choices that we make. So we all, we have the ability to really vote through the actions that we take, and to really impact our own lives through the types of thoughts and the energy we're putting out into the world, and the thoughts that we're letting back in as well. These sorts of brands go beyond and actually look to make a broader impact through what they're doing to the planet and in the community. So that's what I really love about these mindful beauty brands. The other thing is with certified organic brands, for example, the Divine range, the Acre range, the Vanessa Megan range, they, if they're certified organic, they have to go through very stringent policies to actually get that certification. And part of that is about being verifying that all their suppliers are sourcing fair trade, so paying fair labour wages, not involving any animals, it's all cruelty-free, making sure that the farms themselves are free of anything harmful, so no pesticides, herbicides. There's like a 3-kilometre radius from GMO crops, so that there's nothing, interfering. And all these other strict requirements to make sure that you're getting a real, something high integrity and really ethical, not only in healthy ingredients, but beyond that. Another thing is, everything in our store is cruelty-free, so there's no animal testing. Most of our products are also vegan. I think once we start to actually understand all the intricate steps that the producers go to actually create what we're using, you gain a bigger appreciation of what you let into your lives, and it really makes your whole beauty ritual more fulfilling. And it's not just beauty, so it extends to everything you do in your life, so the food you let in, whatever you're doing, your clothing. And so this whole process has really allowed us to gain such a greater appreciation for everything we do in our lives. And this actually is the most fulfilling role I've ever had, and I've had multiple different careers. As some of you know, and I've told this, I've pretty much moved from so many things like physiotherapy, I've done hotel management, I was an accountant for several years, and this is actually the most fulfilling role, getting to meet you as people who care about making a positive impact and really helping you be inspired along your own wellness journeys. So thank you, and I'm about to introduce you another beautiful lady that I've had the luck to meet in the last couple of months. She is a rare gem. She's been trained by the mindfulness centers in the US, where they have beautiful research centers. She's done cultivation, compassion cultivation training, and she's just got a lot to share. So I'm sure that you'll all enjoy tonight very much. Thank you. We've got some general crowd shots, so please do, so it will be back shots of you, so let us know though if you don't want to be included. You can come and approach any of us at the end, that's fine. Thank you.
Well done. Hi everyone. I think before I introduce myself and before we get into explore what's the relationship of mindfulness and beauty and what does it mean in the context of mindfulness, what beauty is. I thought we'll do a check-in, and what that means is that we're going to check in with ourselves to make sure that we're actually here. Most of us are coming from somewhere, we're going somewhere, and things happened and are happening, and I just want to make sure, invite everyone to fully arrive here and now, to this beautiful moment called the now. So I'm going to ask you to get into a meditation posture, what would be both feet well grounded, your back straight but not rigid. Please let go of anything that may distract your attention. So put stuff down on the floor. Stand up if you're standing up. Just your back straight, not rigid. And I love the description of this posture from the Buddhists. They say strong back, soft front. Most of us want strong everything. And so when we're practicing, arriving in the present moment, we're also practicing courage. Because to be wide open takes tremendous amount of courage. So with that in mind, back straight, hands wherever they feel most comfortable. You can gaze down or close your eyes, whatever feels right to you. And invite stillness and silence into your body. Become still and quiet. And feel your body sitting here, standing here. As best you can, inhabit this precious, miraculous body sitting here, standing here. Without judgment. As best you can, check in with your body. How are you, body? And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And as you breathe in, feel your whole body breathing in. And as you breathe out, feel your whole body breathing out. In, allow more oxygen to come into your lungs. And softly, gently, let it go. Let it all go. And now I'm going to ask you to bring to mind your intention. Why are you here today? 6:15 p.m. One fine secret. Mindful beauty talk. What really matters to you? Bring it here to your mind's eye. And now bring to mind your motivation. What's the energy behind this effort? Bring it here to your mindset. And lastly, I'm going to invite you to dedicate this hour, your time here at One Fine Secret, your personal practice, to someone or a group of people, with the hope, with the wish that it may benefit everyone everywhere, near and far, including you, and especially these people, from your heart to theirs. And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And as you breathe in, feel your whole body breathing in. And as you breathe out, feel your whole body breathing out. And allow more oxygen to come into your lungs. And softly, gently, let it go. Let it all go. And come back to your body. Feel your body sitting here, standing here. as best you can, stay for a few seconds with your body just as it is. Checking in with your body, unconditionally leaning into it for a few seconds. And when you're ready, open your eyes, come back completely to this room. Slowly bring movement into your body, stretch if you need to. Please be gentle, kind, patient with yourself. Take your time. Welcome everyone. We have arrived. We're here. So first I want to thank now my dear friends, Kayla and John, who have created this beautiful space. And as you can see in the store, their heart is in it. And to me, that's so inspiring. And I want to support that wholeheartedly too. They're wonderful people. So I'm grateful to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. And thank you all for making time today of your precious, precious day and your precious time for investing it here tonight. I'm going to do my best to make it meaningful for you and for me too. So I'll just introduce myself properly. I'm Jossy. Josephine. I'm originally from Mexico. I've been in Australia a little over 2 years. I fell in love with an Australian over there, and I thought, here I go, Australia, and here I am. A little bit of my background, why am I giving this talk? I have a master's in human development, certifications in mindfulness from UCLA, an organization called Mindful Schools. I'm currently doing a certification in mindful self-compassion with UC San Diego. I've done trainings in compassion with Stanford University. The mindfulness-based stress reduction with UC San Diego as well, and many other trainings. But mainly I'm a practitioner. So I'll be sharing myself from my own personal practice, because that's when it gets real. You can intellectually know a lot about something, but then life hits you, and it becomes real. And I really care about the topic we're gonna share today, about beauty and the connection with mindfulness. And it's a complex and broad topic that we can spend a whole semester exploring. However, we're going to do it. This is an introduction. And I invite you to bring your critical mind into this space. Don't take my word for it. I've enlisted my credentials, which are, in my view, very valuable. But please bring your critical mind and question what I say. Try it, see if it fits, and if it's not within your reason or logic, by all means throw it away. And we're going to share a few guidelines. Simply is, if you haven't turned off your phone, please turn it off. Airplane mode, no vibrate. I know the anxiety already. It's okay, it's okay. And I'll tell you why, because we want to respect the sacredness of the space. And if the phone is like, and my mind is not here anymore, it's like, who was that? So no phones. And the second thing is I invite you to have a mind open, curious. So no judgments. And the two other things is we're going to practice something called friendly speech, which what that means is that when you speak from your heart. In first person, honestly and sincerely. Most of us, we speak from our heads. Here we're going to practice speaking from our hearts. And the other thing we're going to practice is deep listening. When someone speaks, just listen. We're not here to fix anyone, to solve anything. We're here to hold space for one another and explore mindfulness and beauty together. Is everyone okay with those timelines? Raise your hand. Okay, we're committed. Beautiful. So let's get into it. I thought about what's the best way to explore the topic, to become aware of what mindful beauty means. And I thought of a beautiful meditation with a sultana. So just grab one. Please don't eat it. Just grab one. Hold it. Hold it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Does everybody have one? Everyone's okay? You have one? There we go. All right. So I'm going to ask you to get into your meditation posture, whatever that means, and place this sultana on the palm of your hand. And we're going to practice something called looking deeply. So we're going to look deeply into this raisin or sultana. So just look at it with curiosity, with no judgments. Perhaps the mind is like, ooh, I don't like sultanas. No judgments, no judgments. An attitude of curiosity, interest, friendliness. And look at it with, as the Buddha say, beginner's mind. So just look at it, see the texture, feel the weight of it. And then now hold it and explore it. You can even look through it through the light. And even if you squeeze it, you can hear something. Really look at the colors, the texture. You can even smell it. The aroma. And now we're going to look deeper into this sultana, into this raisin. And I'm going to invite you to become aware that this sultana not long ago was a seed. And someone, somewhere in Australia, in an organic farm, planted the seed with a lot of care. And then in a beautiful soil, they took care of the soil first. And many people after that farmer took care of this seed, of this vulnerable seed. And then the sun came to play. And then the wind, the sky, the soil, all the elements supporting this seed. And slowly, with time, with patience, and tremendous amount of care, the seed sprouted. And then slowly, a plant began to grow. A vine slowly grew, grapes, many more people working on this vine, supporting the growth of this vine. And one day, it was ripe. The grape was ripe, and another farmer took it, and then slowly took it somewhere else to other hands, dried it. And then again, the process keeps going. People carrying it, putting packaging, drivers, until it gets to a market where I got this sultana, and here is with you now. This sultana and you have never met before. This is the first time this sultana and you meet. And you probably will never meet again in this form, in this shape, in this moment. This is a precious moment. And this sultana, when we look deeply, there's a story behind it. And the seed that this sultana comes from a generations of seeds. of many vines before it. And now I'm going to ask you to slowly place it in your mouth if you want to. You don't have to. You can imagine it. You can place it in your mouth, don't chew it, and just explore the texture of the sultana in your mouth. You can even close your eyes. And notice how you feel. Perhaps there's anticipation. Maybe not, maybe there's curiosity. And now place the sultana between your teeth without biting it. And slowly, very slowly, bite. Do you notice aroma, flavors, sweetness, tart, salty? And slowly, very slowly, enjoy the sultana. In silence. Notice how you feel as you pay full attention to the experience of enjoying this one sultana. Close your eyes and just reflect on what happened for you. What happened as we started looking deeper into the sultana, this sultana specifically. Notice what emotions, feelings, thoughts came to mind. How your body felt. Perhaps memories. What happened during this meditation? What happened in your heart? What do you become aware of? If anything. Now I'm going to ask you to share this process, this experience, whatever feels right to you to share to the person sitting next to you. Remember, speak from your heart. Don't worry about what you're going to say. Just allow your heart to speak about this experience. And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. In, allow more oxygen to come into your lungs. And softly, gently let it go. Let it all go. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Find a partner or a couple if you need to. Like, do you have a partner? So go get it. And as you breathe out, feel your whole body breathe. And notice how you feel right now. Notice how it was to share from your heart your experience and to be listened to without judgment. Just notice, that's enough. Is there anything you learn about yourself? About the people in front of you? About human beings? Just notice, that's enough. And take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And when you're ready, open your eyes, come back completely to this room. Alrighty, would anybody like to share what you noticed, what you became aware of? Yeah, anyone else has a list? When you noticed, what you became aware of, what happened as we practiced looking deeper into this tiny little soul? Would anybody like to share what you noticed, what you became aware of? What happened for you?
This whole time.
What's your name?
Lucy.
Lucy, thank you. The first person to speak. Very courageous. Very courageous, thank you. Gratitude, appreciation. Anyone felt gratitude or appreciation? Raise your hand. Thank you. Anyone else that would like to share what you noticed, what you became aware of? Yes, please remind us your name.
Mary's my name. Just how much so the appreciation was the first thing, but also how much we do unmindfully, and so how quickly we normally eat, particularly.
Thank you. Anyone else that would like to share? So appreciation and presence. To fully be present. Anyone else? Yes, please, your name.
Helen?
Helen.
I guess focus, because you're just focusing on one thing, and sometimes we eat and watch things and think about other things and we don't actually know what we're doing. So between both appreciating and just focusing on one thing.
That's that beautiful, thank you. So the ability to focus in one thing. Powerful. Anyone else that would like to share? Yes, please.
I feel like we've almost lost that childhood wonder of the world, which is an amazing thing with kids. So, and that's why I think as adults you sort of get transported into that space automatically when you travel, because the whole world's different. So you start to appreciate more things when you're traveling. But it would be great to get back into that mindset with our everyday lives.
Beautifully said. So a beginner's mind, a sense of wonder, of not knowing, curiosity. Anyone else that would like to share, please? Feel free. Yes, your name, please. Eleni.
I think I became very aware of how my body was feeling with a sultana in my mouth. I haven't had one for a really long time, and I don't really care for them too much. But once it was in my mouth, because I was just focusing on this sultana, it was quite an intense flavour when I bit into it, so I started salivating. And I just thought, oh, I need to swallow this right now. I'm going to get stuck in my throat. But I just became quite aware of how intense the flavour was and the texture, and something that we don't really, well, I don't really appreciate as much when we just eat. So it was quite nice.
Thank you. So awareness, and then kind of like magic. Just a little sultana, which I'm not really fond of. Thank you. Anyone else that would like to share? Yes, please, your name.
Josephine. Being intimate with the sultana, right? We have so many interactions or maybe transactions
with lots of different things and people every day. And it forced me to be intimate with the sultana and feel, when I looked the lines on it and felt it, and I thought of my mother's face. She's 73, and then I thought about, you know, as you said, it comes from somewhere, it travelled here today, it comes from the vine, from the seed, and I'm thinking all things behind my mother, her history, where she comes from, her mother. There's a lineage behind everybody we meet. And that whole challenge of time and attention to get to know someone intimately.
Well said. Beautifully said. Thank you, Josephine. Intimacy. Very, very powerful with a sultana. And then when I really pay attention and I look deeply, I can always go deeper. And as you beautifully said, the lineage. The past, the present, and the future is here in this little sultana. It's very, very powerful. Thank you. Your name, please.
Steph. I think similar to Josephine, I thought thinking about where the sultana had kind of come from gave me a definite sense of gratitude for what it was. I think it's normally something I consider quite insignificant, you know, just something in your muesli. But actually thinking about the journey it's been on and how special that was, yeah, really renewed my sense of gratitude for every small thing.
Thank you. Well said. So really paying attention again to the small and what the mind evaluates as insignificant. But it turns out that when I really pay attention to the insignificant, it's quite profound. Anyone else that would like to share? When you notice, when you became aware? Feel free. Yes.
Just a little hints to the feeling that I had. I think it increases a sense of respect, knowing the nature of it. Because we live in a world where we ignore a lot of things because we don't see the value in it. And then only the monetary terms comes to yourself as big because we live in a capitalism, right? But I guess if you appreciate every single element that any single object has, then you value more and then you pay respect to them.
Beautiful, thank you. I'm happy you raised your hand. Respect. Everyone craves respect, to be respected, valued. Very powerful. Thank you. Anyone else that would like to share? What do you notice? What you became aware? How do you feel? Please, your name.
Hey, my name's Sharon.
Sharon.
Kind of flipped those guys, but kind of not. Is becoming one with the sultana. In the same way, of realizing that we come from a seed, the sultana comes from a seed, and we kind of just, you know, we're all the same thing. So energetically, what happens to the sultana happens to me. If that makes sense. Just that feeling.
Beautiful, thank you. Oneness. Oneness. We're interconnected deeply. We forget, but we are. Anyone else? Look, the wisdom is really in the group more than in me, as you can hear. So please feel free to share. I'm going to go a little to kind of bring it all together, but please feel free to raise your hand if you want to share here. Your wisdom is more than welcome in the room. Actually, it's encouraged. We can all learn from one another. I decided to do this meditation because, and how I related to beauty, because in order to appreciate, in order to get to beauty, we need to be fully here, fully present, 100%. All my senses are here. And then I look deeply into the focus of my attention. And if I really focus and I look deeply into anything, including ourselves, we'll get to the sublime, to the miracle, to beauty. Beauty is not what we've been told it is. What we've been conditioned, me included, to believe. Beauty is much more subtle, much more precious, ageless. Beauty is ageless. It doesn't know about shapes, heights, color, ethnicity. Beauty is universal. And everything in nature is beautiful. And since we are all part of nature, we are intrinsically, innately beautiful. And when we don't realize that, and when others don't realize that, it just means I'm not present. They're not present. They're lost in their thoughts. I'm lost in my thoughts. So my invitation to you is to bring all these elements that everyone here shared to this moment, to when you wake up and you look in the mirror. Instead of like, oh my my wrinkles, oh God, more white hair, my teeth. I do all this too. Nothing I teach I perfected. Please know that. I'm human. Very human, very flawed. But how about if we bring that childlike eyes that you're just in awe with everything. Everything is a miracle. And everything is worth honoring and paying attention fully. And then we become aware what Josephine said. And remind me of the Sharon. That we're all in this together. That when I embrace this person right here, when I honor this one, I honor and respect everyone before me and everyone in this moment and in the future. We're all here. Perhaps someone in my past didn't feel beautiful. No one told them they were beautiful. I'm here. I have the opportunity to let that person in me that lives in me to say, I appreciate it. In this moment, I honor you. And everyone after. And we all know those moments that time stops with children or with someone you are madly in love with, like my partner. It was recently my birthday, and I was in bed, and he just came at 12:01 and into the room and started singing happy birthday to me. And we live a very modest life. Our home is very modest. There's no luxury per se. But in that moment, I just thought, God, he's beautiful. And I want to be fully present for this moment. That is so ordinary. It's so ordinary. There was no cake, no candles, no balloons, no fireworks, no music. It was quiet. Me laying my hair all over the place. God knows how I looked. And then he comes out at 12 a.m. to sing me happy birthday. And I've learned in those moments that I know they're gonna go like that. To invite myself, Jossy, be fully here. Be fully here. Take it all in. And appreciate this moment. This moment matters. And because I was fully there, I could touch the beauty of that moment. So, to conclude, mindfulness, as the value here they have it, is living consciously. And in order to live consciously, I have to be fully present, fully aware. And how can I know if I'm fully present, fully aware? Gratitude will flourish. Always. Always. If I'm fully present. If I'm really there, not judging this moment. Not judging myself. So I'll close with a poem. Well, it's a little... Oh, I have trainings in Brené Brown too, and I'm obsessed with her work. Very, very much. My poor husband has listened to Brené Brown. I don't even know how many times, but a lot. And this is from Daring Greatly, which I highly recommend everyone here read it. And I'll read this to you. This is from her book, and then I'll get into the little paragraphs I want to share with you. If we're going to find our way, and I'll change it here, to beauty and back to each other, vulnerability is the path and courage is the light. To love ourselves and support each other in the process of becoming real is perhaps the greatest single act of daring faith. I leave you with this passage from the 1922 children's classic, The Velveteen Rabbit, by Marjorie Williams. This is what being wholehearted is all about. This is what being fully present. Meeting life, leaning into it, fully open. Real isn't how you are made, said the skin course. It's a thing that happens to you when a child loves you for a long, long time. Not just to play with, but really loves you. Then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, he asked, or bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't often happen to people who break easily, or have sharp edges, or whom have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you're real, most of your hair has been left off, and your eyes drop out, and you get loose in the joints and very shallow. But these things don't matter at all, because once you're real, you can't be ugly. Except to people who don't understand. So I'll close with that. Once you're real, once you kind of embrace this, and embrace this as it is without judging it, and you've allowed yourself to be fully seen, vulnerably seen, when you've become real, you can never ever be alone. That's beauty blooming. So I invite you from now on to look deeper, to stop fully and check in with yourself. How are you, Josie? I care. And you're beautiful too. So thank you so much for making time of your evening. I really, really, really appreciate it. I hope you learned something. I'm here to ask questions. I can share my email, anything for the rest of my life. I'm here to support you. I mean it.